This week's scriptural art piece is called Spark of Divinity by Hannah Garrity, a paper lace piece of art inspired by Mark 13:24 through 37. Mark 13:24 through 37. In those days, after the suffering of that time, the sun will become dark, and the moon won't give its light. The stars will fall from the sky, and the planets and other heavenly bodies will be shaken. Then they will see the human one coming in the clouds with great power and splendor. Then God will send the angels and gather together God's chosen people from the four corners of the earth, from the end of the earth to the end of heaven. Learn this parable from the fig tree. After its branch becomes tender and it sprouts new leaves, you know summer is near. In the same way, when you see things happening to you, you know that God's near as well, at the door. I assure you that this generation won't pass until these things happen. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will certainly not pass away. But nobody knows when that day or hour will come, not the angels in heaven, nor the Son, only the Father knows. Watch out, stay alert. You don't know when the time is coming. It is as if someone took a trip, left the household behind, and put the servants in charge, giving each one a job to do, and told the doorkeeper to stay alert. Therefore, stay alert. You don't know when the head of the household will come, whether in the evening or at midnight, or when the rooster crows in the early morning or at daybreak. Don't let him show up when you aren't expecting and find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to all. Stay alert. Statement by Hannah Garrity on her piece, Spark of Divinity. This paper lace explores the poetic patterns in this marked text. Stars fall to the lower part of the frame as a fig leaf out of the center circle. The fig tree creates a circular motif, reminding us of the tree of life, while also representing the sun and the moon in the text. With a celestial flow, lines circulate around the edges of the piece, replicating the pupil of an eye. And what I say to you, I say to all, keep awake. In the time of COVID and in the season of Advent, we can see, now, we can see that systemic change is not just possible, but immediate. God has tried this before. We have glimmers in history. Can the human collective bring about God's dream of the new heaven and new earth? I can reach out and touch it. It is possible. Immediately. We must choose it. The late John Lewis shared how he was shaped by his mentor, Jim Lawson. Jim taught us the whole concept of beloved community. This idea that in the bosom of every human there is a spark of divinity, and it is the spark of something that is sacred and holy and special, and that we do not have the right to destroy. You see, the stars in the image depict that divine spark that we are born with, the hope. These are the stars that have fallen from heaven and lodged themselves within each of us. Let us not be found asleep in this moment, this movement. Let us live into our spark. Let us seek it in each person that we meet. Amen.